All right, we are back. Brown Balls Podcast. Kenil, how you doing, brother?
Good, birthday boy, birthday week. How you been,
It is
man?
birthday week, yes. My birthday is on Wednesday. We had a fantastic dinner. My wife threw a
Amazing.
celebration this past Saturday with, of course, yours truly, Mr. Brown Ball himself.
Of
Kenil
course,
was there,
of
talking
course.
sports, having a great time, dude. It was an awesome time. I'm still recovering. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm still recovering.
Kudos
That
to your
was
wife.
Saturday night, and I
Yeah.
still am like kind of hungover.
Yeah, man. Kudos to your wife. Amazing spot, amazing time, amazing
Yes, it was.
drinks. Gosh, all I can imagine how much was a bill, man. God dang, we racked that up. Sheesh.
It was definitely it was a great time. So you can't complain. Can't complain about a great time.
It was great, man. We celebrate you, bro. Big 4-0. It continues this weekend. If y'all don't know, man, going to San Diego to celebrate this guy right here, the brown ball itself, it'll be awesome. It'll be good.
Catch the Dodger game was gonna be awesome.
Hey, man,
Can't wait for
we got to
that.
talk about that. Dodgers swept the San Diego Padres. They're back up 2 games, so we're
There we
going
go.
to the South. Yeah, all the way down south, man. So we're going there.
Can't wait, dude. I've never been to Metco Park, so Petco Park would be so much fun.
It'll be awesome.
And obviously a big rivalry game against Stars in San Diego. We hate each other.
After we sweep their ass, they're probably pissed, man. A good matchup too. It's gonna be, I think, Blake Snell versus Yu Darvish. I think the game we're going on Friday. So it'll be awesome.
Yeah. Can't wait, dude. Can't wait. It continues on. If the 40s is anything like what I experienced Saturday night, I'm gonna be a lot of pain. Let's get into some sports, dude. We have a lot to go over.
Let's do it.
First and foremost, I know on the agenda you had Caleb Williams of the Bears, and as you know, I am high on the Bears this year. I told you.
You are
right. So, next year, this is the second year. They do have a new offensive coordinator, right? I believe.
They have everything new, man.
Yeah, and then
coach, offensive defense, everything new there, man.
Better defense. So, what were your thoughts, man? His first preseason game, he looked good, right?
He looked comfortable. I mean, it's funny because he looked comfortable because what I read during training camp, there was a couple of times where in the training camp, I guess the offense looked like disorganized, where the coach had to sit all of them down, man, the starters. So it looked bad. But Caleb, man, 6 of 10, 107 yards passing. He connected in a touchdown, a very good touchdown, which capped a 92-yard drive, man. That was really good, He looked comfortable. He didn't look like last year where he was kind of like, scattered, scatterbrain going on, It looked good. But it's preseason, you can't really hype it that much, but he looked good. He played against professionals. It's good.
They play against the Bills, right? And 38-0. I mean, it's not gonna happen in real season, obviously. This is all just like people out there trying their best. But nonetheless, I think it's a good confidence builder for him. I think that's what he needs more than anything else. I think he needs a confidence that he can be that kind of a player because, again, like the Bears have improved in all the areas around him. They got better receiving wise. They got better defense. O-line's better. The coach,
they give him everything.
They have a better coach, right? So Ben Johnson, they were hoping that he'll turn around. So you're the only missing piece is Caleb Williams. So like he has no excuse. This second year has to be it. Otherwise, he may just fall into like backup QB for the rest of his life. If he doesn't do well this year, I think it's over for him.
Yeah. No, I completely get it. And you know what, man? Like it's gonna really matter how he bounces back. From rookie year, which was very like disaster, to be honest with you. He looked like potentially a bust, because he couldn't even throw. He could remember there was like times where he couldn't even, like, it was a 2-minute drive. He couldn't even get that in, get into a field goal range.
So nervous.
Like what's going on, man?
Yeah.
I mean, I was reality check for him. I mean, I was high on him like before coming into the season because with all the hype and everything, and then during the season went on, I kind of just got off that bandwagon. I was like, I'm done.
I'm still very high on him.
I was, man. I mean, I think he'll be fine. He'll be okay. But what I thought he was going to is not. I don't think he's gonna ever end up being that QB. That I'm talking about, like Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, kind of, or Joe Burrow. I don't see that. He'll be a good QB if he's there, like a Brock Purdy kind of player. So he'll be fine.
Do you think he'll eventually turn into the Panthers QB? What's his name?
Yeah. I know that it could happen to him, man.
Right,
it could happen to him.
Potential there, very high, but
number 1 pick,
not quite. right?
Number 1 pick, right? I mean, that's the thing, right? Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. Yeah.
I mean, number 1 pick. Remember, he was a number 1 pick, right? Yeah, because
he's very hyped too.
Yeah. So no, I there's a good chance. I mean, look, Caleb should look into that because he struggled and then they benched his ass. But the good thing with him is he was mentally strong, and so they went back to him, and he produced well during the end of the year, and now I think he's gonna be named the starter again. So he got a second chance.
Yeah, I think with the Panthers, they kind of gave up on him early. I think that they what's his face out there. God, I can see his name face, but like I can't name him. But they put him out there a couple games. He got injured, and they put Bryce Young back in the game again. So it just doesn't help his confidence. You just know the team didn't really believe in you. So hopefully now, like if they name him as starting QB, then I think he'll be set.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But honestly, like this could be like a Jared Goff all over again, maybe for Caleb, because if you remember, Jared Goff was the number 1 pick. He stunk under Jeff Fisher. Stunk up the house, man. Yeah. He couldn't throw. Like, dude, this guy couldn't throw. He couldn't even make any completions. He had no type of like command to anything, man. And they got rid of Jeff Fisher in the midway through the season, and then they brought in Sean McVay the following year, and kind of Sean McVay kind of worked with him, and he became who Jared Goff is now, the Detroit Lions that kind of won playoff games for them. So it's huge, man. He's huge. So there's a lot of examples out there. I'm not saying Caleb is done. I mean, I'm nowhere.
Right.
I'm saying he's done.
He has this season. I think this is his season. If he doesn't, then I do believe that he would just become like a Mitch Trubisky kind of player.
Exactly. That's a good example.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. I'm excited for the kid. I think I don't think the Lions will be as dominant as they were last year. The Packers are the iffy because Jordan Love is always injured. Vikings, I don't think are going to be any better compared to last year. Right? I think that last year was definitely once in a lifetime kind of
the wild card for Vikings. Out of all the 4 teams, though, man, I'll be honest with you, Vikings is such a wild card team because you don't know what you're going to expect from JJ McCarthy. I think that's the QB, and he didn't play last year as a rookie, and he was coming off a national championship, and he got drafted pretty high by Minnesota, and so we don't know what to expect. If JJ McCarthy is going to be like Josh Allen,
right,
or is he going to be Trey Lance? We don't know. So it all depends on him.
If you were to say, as far as if you were to rank the quarterbacks in that division, you have Jared Goff, you have Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, and JJ. What would be your ranking? Who's the best?
I mean,
and who's not the best?
Jared for sure, number 1. Jordan, number 2. I'll give the nod to Caleb because he played 1 full year, and he knows the NFL ins and outs right now. That's the only reason. And JJ is right behind him, but not too far off because Caleb needs to produce. So that'll be my ranking as of right now. How about you?
The only thing with JJ is that he does have the best receiver in the game. So who can make anybody look good?
He does.
He made Sam Darnold look like a freaking MVP. So
he does.
You don't know what you're gonna get. He may just look good because he has the best receiver.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you just throw it up in the air. Justin Jefferson is gonna get it for you. So I would still put Caleb. I think Caleb has the more potential. Like you said, he has the 1 year under his belt. He's learned. The team's much more improved. So I think he'll be a better quarterback. But the wild card is definitely still JJ because did he learn a lot last year? Obviously they had a magical season. So he knows what winning would look like. And if you could win and go 14-3 with Sam Darnold, you can do it too yourself, right? I don't think Sam Darnold was like, a freaking MVP kind of player.
No.
He just happened to be in a good system, right?
He made
I always see how the Seahawks do anyways.
He made timely throws, and that's all it is, And I'm all about a first-year QB, sitting out and kind of watching the game.
Yeah,
because you learn more. You don't want to like Tom Brady alluded to like a few months ago that quarterback should sit out. They shouldn't be getting that opportunity to be that starting QB.
Right.
And so, look, JJ might turn out to be better than Jordan Love or Jared Goff. Who knows? He might be a Josh Allen in that, or the new Matthew Stafford from that division.
Right.
So who knows?
Yeah. Well, speaking of a starting job, Joe Flacco was just named starter for the Browns for the first game of the season, which I think you and I both agree that was going to happen anyway. We don't think it should,
Yeah,
but they're going to have to throw somebody out there that has legitimate like experience.
stupid.
But what are your thoughts on that? Would you
Stupidest
still want
move
to do
ever, man.
Sanders or
The
the
stupidest
other
move ever,
QBs?
man. Dude, Joe Flacco's 40 or whatever he is, 38, whatever the hell he is, man. I mean, look, to be honest with you, he's had a good career, like almost Hall of Fame career. You know, he has won one Super Bowl, I think, or something. You know, which is great. But man, come on, like, why would you want to start him? Like, why would you not give a new rookie a opportunity? They have two rookies actually, I think, you know, Shadur Sanders and the other guy Gabriel, I think, you know. Give one of them a shot, man. Like who knows what they can turn out to be, man. I mean, why do Joe Flacco, man? I mean, it's just I don't understand, man. Like some teams, man, this is why they never make money and they never get out of that, you know, that thing they're stuck in, you know, that hey,
Yeah,
we
the rut.
we should go this way instead of just being this Browns, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, too, obviously, you know, we celebrated how well Sanders did, and actually, Dillon Gabriel did very well against the Eagles.
He did.
He had 143 yards for one touchdown, 13 of 18 from the field.
Yeah.
So pretty good, impressive thing. But there was something that he said. I don't know if you heard this quote.
I
by
saw
him.
that, man.
So I think it was a tweet he sent out. He said, "There's entertainers and then there's competitors, and my job is to compete." Now, do you think that's a shot at Sanders, or do you think that's just him saying it? So what he said was, "There's entertainers and there's competitors, and my job is to compete."
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like to be honest with you,
that's kind of a shot.
It is a shot. Like, I mean, if you're Dillon Gabriel, like, I mean, you're not a guarantee a start either, you know. So why would you like?
Wouldn't you, if you were him, wouldn't you be a little like offended? Because they drafted Dillon Gabriel ahead of Sanders. So he should be the better quarterback. And already people are saying, why are you giving Dillon Gabriel the third string? He should be fourth. It's like the dude was injured the first preseason game. And then he played the next one. He played pretty well. Like, and he's also technically drafted ahead of Sanders. So why would they?
I mean that's I don't know.
Wouldn't you like if you were
little, to be honest? I mean, that's like that. That's like saying like a perfect example is saying like, you know, I don't know if you remember, but back in 2000 and I want to say 17 or 16, DeJounte Murray was the last pick in the first round. He slipped. It was supposed to be a lottery pick. He slipped to San Antonio. San Antonio Spurs picked him up. And everyone knew he had the talent. And you know now he has talent. He wasn't a, you know, people just passed up on him. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's kind of misleading. Even though Sanders was drafted after Gabriel, that's kind of misleading. You know for a fact that Sanders is a better player, a better talent, and better everything. I mean, you know, they just drafted Gabriel because he was, in their view, that it was a safer bet. You know, because if they would have drafted Sanders at third or second round, then, you know, he'll be too much of a big head, you know, too much shit going around him, you know. So I mean,
but he was drafted 2 rounds earlier, not even like a few picks before, 2 rounds earlier.
You knew after second round pass, everybody was shocked that Sanders passed.
Yeah.
And so
and everyone felt he was gonna drop further. Once he passed. Once he didn't get drafted in the second round, it was just going to be a free fall.
And like that was a blackballed, man. I mean, honestly, after he dropped from second round, I was like, dude, this is stupid. Obviously, he's not a fifth round talent. He honestly, Sanders is a second round talent for sure. Bare minimum, a second round talent. Because he showed it, man. He played in Colorado well. I understand he played with his dad. His dad was a head coach, but you still had to go and produce. He was a quarterback of that team. I mean, Travis Hunter, who was a number 2 pick, he wouldn't have gotten the ball if it wasn't for Shadur Sanders. You know, I mean, honestly, he make those. Think about it. Hunter made those catches because the ball was thrown by Sanders, man. I mean, he wasn't known for his. To be honest with you, even though Hunter wants to be known as a cornerback or a safety, whatever he wants to be known for, he was known for his receiving skills.
Right.
People in the Sports Center highlight was all about him catching the ball when he was playing with Sanders. you know? And so Sanders threw him the great balls, man. So he was the number 2 overall pick. And Sanders was number 5th overall pick. I mean, sorry, 5th round pick. I don't know. I just feel that for him to make that type of comment, look, I really feel like you shouldn't say stuff amongst your teammate because they're family, right, man? I mean, you shouldn't take any shots, you know? Because in the end, everyone's a competitor. I mean, yeah, Sanders is a showboat. He loves entertainment. He comes from an entertainment family like Deion Sanders. He was an entertainer, you know? So he gets it from his dad, the aura, you know? Which is fine, man. Everyone does it differently. Like, it doesn't matter. But in the end, I mean, to be honest, you're just bringing negative naysaying on you, you know? So I don't understand, man. If I was Gabriel, I would have shut my mouth and let the game speak for itself. And if you get
a good game.
Exactly, and look, if he'll probably get an opportunity before Sanders because, like you said, he was picked higher. He'll probably get an opportunity when your time comes, man. You better perform because Sanders is right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Sanders right there, man. So
if you were the Browns, again, the Browns are an organization that historically has never done things the right way. You know, like as far as quarterback and coach management, all that kind of stuff. Let's say half a season's gone. They're in last place. Joe Flacco's still playing, but they're like, okay, this is a wash. And you're like, hey, we might as well put one of the rookies out there, right? Who would you want to throw out there? Would you want to throw Dillon Gabriel first, or would you want to throw Sanders out first? Like, what are you eliminating? Because
I mean, you know,
either one, you're going to prohibit their development. What would you do?
Damn, I'll do Sanders.
If you want to sell tickets, right? I would do Sanders. Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want, right? Sell jerseys. I mean, give fans hope. Sanders is the type of guy that will do a lot of shit, man. Like, he'll run, he will throw, he will bring like excitement to your fan base. I don't know.
I mean, Dillon Gabriel the same way. He also had 34 rushing touchdowns in college. He's a dual threat because he can do everything. Right. So, you know, honestly, I would throw Sanders out just because, again, the entertainment factor is there, right? You want, everyone's waiting for it. Like, Dillon Gabriel, as good of a quarterback he will be, he will always be under the spotlight of Sanders. Until he goes to a different team, he'll probably get a better shot. But until Sanders is still on that team, he'll never, ever get the headline. People will still be like, great, but when's Sanders going to come in? That's what we're waiting for, you know? It sucks for him, you know. Obviously, he's also a very talented quarterback, but he won't get another shot until he goes to a different team.
It would have been better for him to get drafted by Colts than the Browns.
Yeah,
you know,
because Colts are in the crapshoot right now too.
And because Colts have all the weapons there is, just they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, man. I mean, Gabriel had a good collegiate year too. So I don't know, man. If look, honestly, I know what Browns are gonna do. Browns are gonna put Gabriel in there first because he was like higher pick. And they want to see what they have in him. And then, you know, Sanders will get a chance. But it sucks for him, like you said, man. Every time Gabriel's out there, every time he makes a mistake, they're like, okay, Sanders ready.
Right.
When are you going to put him?
Exactly.
So,
let's see. The last one was, I mean, as far as football goes, the only other thing is Trey Hendrickson is still hasn't signed with the Bengals, so they're still at a standoff. I think the Bengals are in a lot of trouble if they don't get him because their defense already sucks. If you don't have their best defensive player, possibly their top 3 defensive player in the league, you don't have them out there, and in that shitty defense you're throwing out there, you have no shot. Joe Burrow can throw 6 touchdowns. They're still going to lose by 50. Like, that's how bad it is. The O-line's not even better either.
Horrible. It's horrible, man.
I feel bad because, you know, Joe Burrow, again, should have a better season. I wish he was in the playoffs because he's really, really talented. He's really, really good. And they have an amazing offense, but the O-line sucks. So.
Oh, my gosh. You saw that against the Super Bowl against the Rams, man. They couldn't keep him there, man. Yeah. I mean, you know.
And then I think as far as last football news, so what we just talked about earlier, but the Colts, so they are going to be throwing, potentially they're going to be throwing, what's that guy? The former quarterback from the Giants.
Yeah. What's his name? I know who you're talking about.
I was forgetting the name, a really shitty one.
I know what you're talking about, bro. But
he's going to start, apparently, because Anthony Richardson is injured.
He's always injured, man. He's always injured.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Honestly, that's actually a better move. I think Daniel Jones will have a surprising year.
You think so? He's so bad, though, man. I mean
He
that
is,
that
man. But dude, I
that
think
division isn't any good, so that's true, right? It's not a very competitive division.
look, man,
So
they have like I said, that team has offensive players. They have Jonathan Taylor as a running back, right? Still, they have good receiving cores. Man, I'm just telling you, dude, they just need a quarterback who can throw a goddamn ball. And I think Daniel Jones, say what you don't want to say, but like he was playing in a tough market in Giants, right, New York, and everything was criticized. I think he got a humble pie. He learned. I think he'll have a good year, man. I don't think he'll have a great year. I can see them winning that division. I can
wow,
see.
okay.
I
So
can
you
see.
think they'll be better than Houston and Tennessee? I think Tennessee got better too.
I mean, Tennessee. I mean, we'll see what Cam Ward's all about, right? He's gonna be the first year QB. But Houston, man. I mean, you saw last year. I mean, yeah, fine, okay. Their receiver was out
It's
for.
debated.
The
And
receiver. The receiver
yes.
was out for. Did you see the egg they laid in the playoffs? Okay, but
Well,
yeah,
yeah, for sure. For
but
sure.
like, okay, it's gonna come. It's gonna come down to Houston and Colts, and it's gonna be honestly, dude. Whatever team wins 8 games will make the playoffs. Win that division, 8 or 9 games. That's it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
magic
yeah.
number is eight or
That's
nine
that's
games
the
in that
bare
division.
minimum for them, yeah.
Yeah, whichever team wins 8 or 9 games, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah. It'd
So
be
that's
kind of
my
like the Rams division last year, where it was like they didn't
next.
have the most amount of wins as far as like number of wins, but it was a close and one person's better than the other. I guess same as the not Texans, Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. It was always like up and down, up and down. Yeah, yeah. I mean, because I still don't think Houston the receivers are not fully healthy. I think they did cut Diggs, so one less headache. But I don't know. I don't trust Houston. I know Tennessee got better defensively, so that's the only thing that I would have them a little bit higher because I don't know, man. Daniel Jones, even on his best day, he didn't look good.
No, he didn't.
He didn't look good even on his
But
best day.
there's difference. Okay, Daniel Jones was drafted in the first round. I think it was the 10th pick or 9th pick. I forgot what pick it was.
Mhm.
Okay, coming into that pressure in New York, this is crazy, right? He's playing with no pressure, Brand. Like there is difference of playing with no pressure and playing well, and playing with pressure and just dying, dude. Like some players are just not made for pressure. Daniel Jones has nothing to lose.
That's
Nothing to
true.
lose. He knows he's a second string QB. He's gonna play, and he plays well. He plays well. It's kind of like Sam Darnold last year. Minnesota brought him in as a second string actually because they knew they're drafting JJ, but JJ got hurt right before training camp. He was out for the
Yeah.
year because McCarthy was gonna get the starting nod because the draft was so high, and they just brought in Sam Darnold just for kind of insurance,
Yeah.
and he turned into a starter. Like I said, he had no pressure. He also played in New York as well. He was a high pick. He was like number 7th pick. He was in the same draft class as Josh Allen and all them boys, and he didn't produce in the Jets. And so he played with no pressure, right? In Minnesota, and they went like 12-3 or 12-5, whatever they went,
Right.
They played well, man, 3rd seed, so I'm just telling you, it's different when you don't play no pressure, man. You might produce.
That's true. That's true. Because honestly, I don't think the Colts fan themselves like Anthony Richardson. So they're always they're like, we hate the actual QB anyway. So might as well throw Daniel Jones out there. See what we
Exactly.
have.
Exactly.
What's the worst thing that can happen to us? Because they're already so frustrated with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
He's not mature. He's always injured and doesn't show the competitive spirit that I think Colts fans expect from them. So
one more thing I do want to talk about. It came out today is Brian Robinson from the running back from Commanders. He was holding out, and Schefter just reported that if there's if Commanders cannot come to a trade for him, they will release him.
Oh, dang.
And he's a good running back, Brian Robinson Jr. And I don't know what the hell is Commanders doing, I mean, I agree with everything they did before, but like with this past two situations with the receiver and this running back, those were the comfort players for Daniels, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
is Scary Terry back or is he still holding out?
No, he's still holding out.
Scary Terry's still out. Okay, so they just have
and then now you're talking about your second offensive player, a running back that I mean, that was Jay and Daniels' guy, man. In the backfield. So if I'm Commanders, I understand you got Debo. You should have you should have had this under wrap, man. Because the thing is this: if you would have had Debo and had Scary Terry and Brian Robinson, man, this team is really good, you know.
Right.
But if you're gonna take out, you know, McLaurin out, and then you're gonna take out Brian Robinson as well, man, like I don't know what Commanders are doing, dude. To be honest with you, like holy shit, man.
Yeah,
what's your
take on
Debo
can't do himself. I mean, in the 49ers, they tried that. You know, when McCarthy went out, Ayuk was out too. Him and Brock Purdy couldn't do anything. So, I mean, I know Jaden Daniels is special, but he's not that special where you're taking away two of his best weapons from last year. I mean, granted, you're giving him Debo, but still, like, you need the for sure people around him, right? The Brian Johnson and then Brian Robinson and Scary Terry. So
I don't know,
man. I was very high on the Commanders. I actually was thinking that they might be able to dethrone the Eagles, but the way that's winding down now, I don't know.
Team there's only one team that will dethrone the Eagles, man, and that's my Rams.
I already know what you're gonna say. The Rams. Well, speaking of Rams, there's still some
6 yards away. 6 yards away when our idiot O-line player did not win a double.
The Pro Bowler,
Jalen Carter, went straight not Pro Bowl, All Pro.
All Pro, yeah.
All Pro, oh God, Carter, dude.
The one guy you were like, we got to get hands on this guy. The one person in that defense, and that's the person you're allowed to just run free in the snow of all things, where Matt Stafford can, try to even, evade him. It's too hard because it's snowing, and that's what you're allowed. Well, I mean, there was a lot of talk around this week around
Matt
Stafford as well, about him potentially sitting out. Jimmy G going out there. I think most of the analysts had the same sentiment that you and I did, which is like, yeah, but the Rams are built for the playoffs. They're built for a championship run, so they might as well put it, like let him rest, and so he's good to go later on in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the Kawhi Leonard treatment. The only thing that was circulating was, do you think this is part of his re-signing that they told him that we'll be very conservative with you and not have you out there full time until we're ready to go in there? Do you think that was a part of it, or is it just more of like the injury itself? Was it back injury, which again could linger up any time? What do you think?
I don't think it had to do with anything about his contract. Honestly, Stafford was entertaining other teams, obviously, because Rams didn't know what direction they wanted to go to, right? And so in the end, who was going to give him money and going to be comfortable, he was going to come back, But honestly, I do feel this back injury has been there for a while for Matthew. And I'm not afraid as a Rams fan, to be honest with you, man, because it's crazy to say, man, but our depth for QB is crazy good. I like Jimmy, but you know who I like the most? I kind of if Matthew is not gonna play, I don't really want Jimmy G to start. I want I'm gonna butcher his name, Stan Bennett. He's our rookie from 2 years ago. He actually won the football championship for college for Georgia. He's really good, and he actually he has been playing really well in preseason. And I really want him to start. He reminds me of a Baker Mayfield, man, to be honest. He's very good. He can throw. He can do a lot, man. So if I'm Sean McVay and if Matthew Stafford is not ready to go, I mean, Bennett is a perfect player, man, for them to see what they have in him, and kind of go forward. And he's a player that will give that team juice, over Jimmy G, to be honest with you. And so
Jimmy G gets injured every time. Jimmy G might get one week and then he'll get injured.
Yeah. And honestly, as a Rams fan, I'll be excited to see Bennett play. I really want him to see him play because he's actually a really good player. In college, he had a great career, man. And under Sean McVay, he's now even a good career, let's see what he does, So I want to see, man, I want to see this, so hopefully Matthew can rest and let him play, let's see what happens. I'm not too afraid, man. I mean, like you said, they're doing a quiet treatment, which is fine. I mean, Matthew is like 38. Let him be ready. Let him be comfortable. I mean, this week was his first week he put on pads, and we're 2 weeks away from, season opener. So you can tell that, he's gearing up for it. They're going to take it slow. Look, Rams, I mean, they're loaded in defense and offense. I mean, We just need a QB to throw, and whoever can throw for a while, that's fine, man.
Yeah.
And go from there. To be honest.
So let me ask you though, like you mentioned earlier, right? They weren't sure which direction the Rams were going. So if the Rams didn't do as well as they did in the playoffs, which is give the Eagles the hardest time, get to that point in the first place, do you think the Rams would have run it back with the same team, or would have been blown up?
No, we would have traded Matthew Stafford away.
Yeah.
To a contender, and because the thing is, our defense is so young with Jared Verse and those boys, like they're very young, so we can actually rebuild with a QB, And I do feel that if that was the case, we would have ran it with either Jimmy G or Staten Bennett as our QB this year, and then see what we could get our hands on, Manning coming out next year, because I think everyone it's obvious that Rams are going after him.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah, they're very, very determined to go after Archie Manning.
They want him badly, and and I'll be surprised if they don't get him. And so I think this year was gonna be a wash here and see what we can do with the QBs we have. But yeah, if we didn't go far, man, because the reason why I know that we're going for it now again this year is not because we signed Matthew Stafford, but we also signed Davante Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Davante, would have came to Rams. There's nothing Sean McVay Magic can do if you're not contending, because Davante was not going to a team that's not contending. Yeah. He's going to go to a team that's going to be contending. And so I'm sure Matthew promised him that we'll guarantee you 1 year of contending. We don't know about a second year. We don't know how it goes, right? So we'll definitely be contending this year,
Yeah.
And so that's why they're playing safe with Matthew Stafford, because they know that if Matthew can play, 80% of the games and be that center, we have Puka and, Davante Adams, and our tight ends can just catch any balls, man. And then we have our defense. So I think we're fine, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think if they didn't do well, they would have blown it up. And obviously the defense is very, very good and very young. But yeah, Davante wouldn't be here. Cooper Kupp still would have been traded out.
He'll be gone. Yeah, he would. Cooper Kupp was done, man. And Puka's young as hell too, though. Puka's hella young. So
yeah, and then build on Puka, and then maybe
and then
survive until Manning's available.
And also, I do feel I don't know if you saw the schedule, but San Francisco actually has the easiest schedule.
Second easiest,
right. And they travel the less.
Yeah.
So I do feel that Niners are going to win the division. It's I think they will.
I don't know, dude. They're too injured, man. They're way too injured.
They are, but I think they might win because having the easy schedule and traveling the least. Yeah, it's gonna help, man. And so I don't see Rams winning the division. It will just be like where San Francisco might run away with it. And McCaffrey didn't play at all last year. He's gonna be ready to go this year, man.
Yeah.
And Brock just got his money, man. So he wants to tell people that, hey, look, I wasn't doing this for the money. I'm doing this after the money as well. So they're all gonna be hungry, man. So I think Niners will come out hungry as well too. So we'll see how it goes.
Let's see, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for a football season to start. It's gonna be so much fun, dude.
Hell yeah!
Cannot wait. I get some NBA now. So we got obviously the scheduling fully out. Some of the televised shows and games are gonna be coming out too. The biggest one is that they are gonna be televising a game every single day. So Sunday they're gonna have ABC, NBC, or Peacock. Peacock on Monday, NBC again on Tuesday, ESPN on Wednesday. Thursday will be Prime, Amazon Prime. Friday will be Amazon Prime and ESPN, and then Saturday Prime and ABC. So NBA is going all in on this. They are going fully all in. As far as, because obviously we know TNT is no longer going to be there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Which one are you looking forward to? Like, what do you think the primetime games are going to happen the most? Because obviously I think Amazon may not get the primetime games, like the big games, right? I think a lot of them will go towards ESPN.
NBC and ESPN.
Do you think the same thing, like the big games?
Yeah, to be honest, man, I wish TNT was still there, man. I wish it was, but it's not there.
I know, dude.
How do I say it? NBA is using the football approach where they have primetime games. Like, you have a primetime game for, like, there's televised game for a Monday nighter, Thursday nighter, sometimes Friday, Saturday. If they're playing Saturday, if there's a couple of games going on Saturday, there's for sure one primetime game. Sundays, there's two primetime. There's CBS and Fox. They have it. And then there's also NBC nighttime primetime game. So the NBA is using a model of NFL because they want the exposure of different teams out there, right?
Right.
And the ratings were very, very bad last year, and they know that. And so they want to just show the product out there, be out there. And the thing is this, another thing they're trying to do is that they're going to televise teams who normally don't, because back then, there's Thursday, which is TNT game, and then there was Wednesday ESPN games, and then NBA, ESPN, ABC started like after football was over, kind of, for Sundays. But nobody really tuned into that. So they want to have more consistency. And like those smaller market teams who were not good did not really make that primetime, game. And so now they're going to do that. They're going to have like a Charlotte game or a Memphis game, that nobody's going to watch, but it's going to be a prime time. But, when you have prime time, people are going to tune in. Bars are going to put that up because the prime time, is a peacock game, It's
something, yeah.
Like, think about it. All the Thursday night football sucks. Like the matchup always sucks.
There were only like a couple that were outstanding.
Few. But most of the time they sucked, but people still tuned in to watch.
I watched it just because it was football.
Because it was on, right? It was on. It was prime time, and like it was televised. So that's the approach they're using, right? What I'm very interested about, man, is what you're gonna harp on is the new coast to coast on Tuesdays. So NBA is doing this new coast to coast games. So that meaning that there's gonna be a West Coast game starting at 8 p.m. That's 11 Eastern for East Coast time, man. So I don't know what the hell they're doing there, because a few years ago they actually brought it up. Instead of 7:30, 10:30 timing, they went up to 7 o'clock and 10 Eastern. And now they're going backwards, whole full hour backwards. So I don't know why they're doing this. I mean, I understand for if you're a Midwest team, because it makes more sense, because like your prime time will be at 5, and then it'll be 8 o'clock here, like that kind of thing. So then it'll be 8 o'clock game here, and then it'll be over there like that. So I understand that, but dude, I've been in the East Coast where Lakers were playing, man. I was asleep. Like, it was hard to stay awake, and that was during like when they were in that the tourney in December,
in season,
and in season. And I couldn't stay awake, and you guys were texting. I was in DC at the time, and I was asleep. Like I couldn't stay awake, man. See, I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't make sense what NBA is trying to do. They're doing coast to coast for a Tuesday, right? If they were gonna do that, why not do it like on a Friday when everyone has a day off on Saturday? Like, it's pretty cool if they had coast to coast on a Friday, where a game for East Coast people, it starts at 11 o'clock. That's fine. They don't gotta wake up early the next day, right? It's better for them. And then also for people who are gonna go watch a game here, if it's the West Coast game 8 p.m., that means the game's not ending till 10:30, maybe 11. Imagine going home by 11:30, 12. I mean, you can't take your kids to a game, man. Like, that was cool. So it doesn't make any sense to me, man. What NBA? Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Adam Silver, I don't know what almost gone into him, man. To be honest with you, I just don't get it, man.
Because I like was the Friday night, so it was like at 6:30 sometimes. I like those games too, because 6:30 that you can go to the games and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
you get out in a reasonable time. I mean, maybe this is my 40-year-old talking, but like, my only thing with NBA and having all of these games televised, and you said it earlier, like they want to throw the product out there, but is a product any better? The reason why people don't watch NBA because the product itself is not good. Like, you just see people chucking 3-pointers left and right. So like, until the product itself is better, it doesn't matter how much you throw it out to the people, they're still not gonna watch it, right? I mean, you might get more eyes, quote unquote, the ratings or the viewership will go up because obviously during a prime time. But like, I don't think the retention is gonna quite be there. I don't understand. Like, it's great if the NBA was flourishing and the ratings were great and the viewership was all-time high, and then they add these, great, you're taking advantage of it. But now it's just like no one wants to watch NBA because it's the same BS. Every single team just chucking 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't understand it.
I agree with you, man.
It's brutal to watch.
It's not organized basketball anymore, man.
Yeah. I mean, and you're gonna stay up until like 11 p.m. to watch the in-season tournament? Nope.
And they're still having that. And then they're still having that. I still hate that in-season tournament. Still hate it. Don't like the idea, and they're still having that, man. And so
I mean, again, hopefully this season is different. I know we have a brand new champion, so hopefully that the OKC. Because I think OKC played the game the right way, so hopefully that transfers over to other teams, so they're not just shooting 3-pointers all the time. But I feel like OKC is much like SGA is a mid-range player. Yeah. Like, they play back to the basket kind of player, which I hope that continues. and that's where we get the competitiveness from. But if we just see like the Boston Celtics shooting 6 3-pointers in one game, what are we watching? I mean, I don't know.
That's insane.
It's a 3-point contest at that point.
It doesn't make any sense at all, man. Bro, I want to see this 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, bro.
That's crazy to me, man. I would never watch a game. I would just wait for the highlights.
I can't imagine going to a Laker game at 8 o'clock. It starts at 8 o'clock, man. It gets off done at 10:30, 11
Dude,
almost.
I'm getting ready for bed at 8. I don't know how people are gonna go out there on a Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday night, bro. Watch. But that's what I'm saying. Lakers. They could have done this on a Friday night, man.
Yeah.
You know, like people will be excited to do that. I mean, but come on, Tuesday, bro.
Yeah, Friday or Saturday night games. You throw it out there in the late. Yeah, why not? The bars are open late anyway, so you can, even if you're not at a game and you're in the East Coast, you can be at a bar watching the game. At 12 o'clock at night, and this is perfectly fine. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. It's very interesting. All right, next up we have the Luka injury. Looks like it wasn't very serious, right? It's just hyperextension. Is that what it was?
No, knee contusion.
Knee contusions, right?
Yeah.
But it looks scary when you actually watch the play. It was one of his own teammates ran into his leg, and I mean, he's clear to play. If you're Luka or if you're the Lakers, are you asking him like, "Yo, can we not? Like, can we? You just signed this ginormous deal. We're gonna start this potential championship run. Can you not play for Slovenia?
That wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. He loves his country way too much. He's not gonna do that.
I know, but golly,
and he's young, and like he's gonna be like, "Nope, I'm playing for my country." And like those people take really big pride. Playing for their own country. And it's not even the Olympics. I think it's Euro Cup going on right now or something, man. It's not even a qualifier for Olympics, so it's like it shows like how much they're dedicated to, right? But I think he played this year because the playoff ended too early for him. So he had that gap to recover and rest because, playoff ended in April for us, and this doesn't start till July. The camp for them. So it's like 2 months. So maybe that's the reason. Maybe he would have sat out if Lakers did make a far deep run. Like they're gonna this year all the way to June. So you might not play next year. So, but I don't know. But I'm glad it's not serious, man. That scared the shit out of me when the knee thing happened. Bad. I was like, oh gosh. I mean.
Yeah.
The only thing I thought about it, I'm like, okay, look, if that was a serious injury and he's out for the year, we have our draft pick. Lakers do have their own draft pick this
on the bright side, yeah. I guess.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, that's fine. We'll get a top pick, that'll be good for us, But no, it wasn't scary. I mean, it was scary, but hopefully, he's gonna play. He's gonna play tomorrow, I think. And so, hopefully this thing ends soon. This tournament, man. I just need that to be over.
Yeah. I wonder how much longer he's gonna play, but yeah, man. I mean, as a Laker fan, I hope he wouldn't play anymore. I mean, you put it out there for your team, but you got to come back and obviously like not only just secure the bag, but have a lengthy career instead of trying to do everything right now. I mean, he can go back next year or the year after and still do it. This is just a FIBA Euro basket tournament, like.
It's nothing crazy, man.
It's great, and I know he loves his country, and I think it's like Jokic. Like Jokic plays extra hard for his country than he does for US.
Did you see that dunk that he did during warm up? I never seen him do that. I never seen him do anything like that during NBA warm ups, dude. What was that double clutch dunk, dude? I was like, wait, that's Jokic? You did that? Like, what? Like,
so. I get it. He's very, very excited to play and rep his country. Very noble, honestly. I love it. But again, I hope he has a long career because he's a really good player, and I don't want him to be short inside because he's so like motivated to do all the extra stuff. So that's my only thing.
Again, I'm excited, man. If he's healthy, man. Like I told you, that was your friend, right? It wasn't your cousin who I was talking to. Who was sitting next to you.
Yeah. My friend.
Like I said, man, he's a Laker fan too, but I guess a lot of Lakers don't look at my vision, man. I'm telling you, I love this team. Excited for what we added,
It's great. We'll watch the 11 or 10 p.m. Playoff game when the Lakers are not there at Nobu. We'll go there at night. We'll catch it. And
don't worry about it.
I'll have my spicy margarita with my Kobe beef tacos. And my yellowtail fish sashimi is so good over there, by the way. You gotta try it.
Wow, man.
It'll be fun.
Wow, man.
All right. The last, and I don't know. The last news for NBA was Giannis slapping his own teammate. I don't know why. When did this happen?
So this happened like a few days ago. It was like
Okay.
they're about to tip off, and they're all huddled together, like the whole teammates. Giannis is not playing; he was in the street clothes, but they all huddle up, and like I don't know what occurred, but he like slaps him, and it wasn't like a gentle slap where like a back or on the ass or something. It was in his head, like trying to hit him hard, and it looked really bad.
I just saw it.
Yeah, like it looks so
Yeah.
stupid. What do you like? What is he doing? Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, seriously, you're Giannis. Like, I mean, you're like a champion. Like, have some type of respect. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you treating someone so bad? Like, what's wrong with you? Even though how bad Kobe was a bad teammate, you never saw that in public. You saw that in the practice. I heard stories in practice where Kobe like beat shit up, but never during warm-ups or game, like insulting a guy who's not that good, So for Giannis to do that, man, like I kind of lost some respect for him, man. Like, are you really above everyone or something? Is that why you treating people like this way, man? Like, what's wrong with you?
Especially if you're not playing, like you're there to be encouraging. You're there to motivate your team, not like slap somebody and be like, "All right, go out there, and work double hard." No, like you're not, motherfucker. You're not playing, and here you are smacking the shit out of me. I don't know if I mean, it looks like the guy may have been distracting his team, whatever, but like he's trying to get his attention, so he like, smacked him. But that was a very aggressive smack. It wasn't like this light head tap, like "Yo, what the hell," like it was like, "What?" like a bitch slap almost.
You still don't do that though, even though the guy's not paying attention or it's just being distracted.
It's disrespectful.
You take care of that in a different manner. You don't do that in public. Like that's just really bad, man. I mean, imagine a little kid who looks up to Giannis and sees that, right? It's like, I don't know if I want to like that guy,
Yeah.
So it's kind of stupid, to be honest with you.
Man, that's unfortunate.
That's crazy, man.
I thought it was one of his NBA teammates. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, crazy.
Oh, no. I wish he
slapped.
Imagine he did that. Bobby Portis.
One of his idiot brothers like that. That'd be great.
I wish he would have slapped one of his brothers like that.
I know, right? That was in Giannis. Giannis is like the original Bronny James.
Oh gosh,
no skill, just in it because Big Brother's in there. All right. Anything? Any other news you want to go over?
No, I have a little trivia for you, Ben.
All right, hell yeah, let's do it.
Okay, all right. For the last decade, right? Who has scored the most points in the NBA? I'll help you out. I mean, but like some of them you should be able to guess. And tell who the top 10 most points scored in the last decade. Give me some names. You'll get some names for sure. Go ahead.
The most points for James Harden.
So Harden is number 2.
Okay. LeBron.
Yes, LeBron's number 5.
5. Okay.
KD is not on this.
KD's not on there for the last decade. All right, damn. Okay, Steph Curry.
Yeah, number 6.
Giannis.
Yep, number 1.
Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
Luka.
Jokic is number 8. Luka is not on this.
Yeah, but I guess he hasn't played a decade yet. So how many do you want again?
You got like at least 6 of them. So you got like 4 more left.
Okay.
You might need help with 4 more. Or actually, you got 5 more left. Sorry, but I'll help you out though. But name me some players. Like when you get stuck, let me know.
No, not quite.
No. People who score. Just think about scoring. Don't think about anything else.
Scoring only.
In the decade.
God, I'm trying to think of all the top players.
There's a guy that just went back to his old team.
Dame.
Yep.
Lillard, right?
There's a guy who came close to Kobe's 81 point. Only player that came close to 80.
Oh, Devin Booker.
Yep.
70 something.
There's a guy who's not known for his shooting, and he bricks a lot, and his name is Brick.
Westbrook?
Yep.
Russell Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook, number 9.
Wait, Westbrook is up way there? Holy shit.
He scored a lot in OKC, man. Remember when he was playing. And then and also for Wizards too. All right, 2 more players, right? Number 3 and number 10. So I'll give you number 10. His nickname was Street Clothes.
Anthony Davis.
Yep, number 10. And number 3, you'll be shocked. You try to guess. I'll give you hints, okay? He played for USC. He played for the Raptors.
DeRozan?
Yes.
DeRozan's number 3 in the last decade? Holy crap. Really? Damn. Baller, man. For someone who can't even shoot 3-pointers, that's pretty impressive.
2 players I'm kind of shocked is Westbrook and DeRozan, man. Like, I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude.
And DeRozan being number 3, man. He put up points, I guess, man. I mean, this is insane. It's insane.
I mean, he's an average of 20, 21. I mean,
He always scores.
20,
He always consistent, man. He always scores 20 points, man.
consistent 20 guy.
Yeah.
Damn, that's probably the most surprising out of all. Though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like
And he's a
DeRozan
mid-range
being
shooter like crazy. Like, he always mid-range, you know?
yeah.
So,
he's not a good 3-point shooter, right? So he's just all mid range too.
Mid range. That's all he is.
Or driving. Wow, that's amazing. Good for him, dude.
So I want to talk about one more thing. So I was talking to damn, who was I talking to? Gosh, something came up about Achilles rupture. I think it was at your dinner. I forgot who I was talking to.
Like I think, and then we talked about how why would they play after they have that sore?
Yeah, so I think we talked about that about the Achilles, and I kind of brought up the fact that I don't know what your take is. You didn't really give me your take, but I do feel the game is the reason why the Achilles has ruptured. Right, a lot of players are getting Achilles ruptured because at a young age because of the way they play now. Because back when we grew up watching like early 2000s and like in 90s, it was more of a system offense where you actually ran plays, right? It wasn't like here's a ball. Like I think essentially everyone's running Mike D'Antoni offense. Like literally, it's scoring less than 8 seconds, kind of thing.
Right,
going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, if you saw it in Lakers, Kobe's heyday, man, it was structured triangle offense. Like you brought the ball up, you ran a traditional offense. Here is more about like get the rebound and run, and like you hear the commentator saying that Oklahoma is the number one team. Once the team scores, they take the ball out of the bucket and they run. And that's crazy, because once another team scores, they get the ball and they run like crazy. So I think that's the reason why you see players tearing their Achilles such a young age is because they're putting so much wear and tear right away, man. I mean, I don't know what your take on.
I agree with you. I think the game is definitely back then, like you said, in the 90s and early 2000s. It was a slower game. It was set offenses. You kind of dribble the ball up. You figure out the pick and roll, all that kind of stuff, and then you go. Now it's just like push the ball up. It's nonstop, fast acting kind of movement that they're doing. Yeah. So you have to be, and that's where Achilles give out is essentially when you activate it too quick that your body can't necessarily know that, okay, this guy wants to go forward, and your Achilles kind of snaps because it's your brain's faster than what your body's trying to do, and that's where the snap happens, right? I mean, again, I'm not any kind of elite runner, but I do follow the running community, and that's like the number one injury for runners is Achilles. And a lot of them get it because you're constantly, especially those who are fast, you're constantly running fast nonstop, and Achilles will tear because you're constantly making that kind of motion. So that's why they actually have like when you're running or you start running, you have to do like specific warm-ups for your Achilles to make sure that it doesn't break or rupture. So you have to kind of warm that up. So maybe that's just probably what NBA needs to start implementing is some of the stuff like. Do you think the NBA will slow down from now on, or do you think it's going to just continue the pace? Because I think they like the offense trend and they like the high powered, like 130 points per game kind of,
the game has too much international flavor now, man. The NBA has become like a European basketball where it's more finesse and it's not a big body game anymore, a big man game anymore. It's more of a finesse, you have like Wemby, who's a 7'6" player dribbling like a guard. Until we don't get another Shaq in this league, this game is gonna be the way it is. So we got to get another like a Shaquille O'Neal or like even a Patrick Ewing out there though, who's gonna dominate the inside only. Where the game has to change because this game has changed to the finesse side. People are just gonna shoot threes. That's
Jokic kind of does that, right? He's more like that, but he's probably the only true big man who prefers that. I mean, he can shoot the three, but he's not waiting on side. He's not like Embiid who loves the three and doesn't want to be inside. So I agree with you. That at the same time, I don't even know if the NBA is looking for a next Shaq. They're looking for more Wemby.
Which is bad for the game, to be honest, man. Because I miss those good old days when when you have structured offense, right? You half court offense, that's the reason the points are so high. They're in their 120s, right? Before a game used to be like final score would be like 80 to 85.
Yeah.
Now you're hitting that third quarter. It's like
exactly.
It's like shit, dude.
Yeah.
So there's just way too many threes, man. The game is all about just shooting threes. That's it, man. Nothing else. 3 point. That's it. Nothing else, man. There's no offense or ran. Like you said, OKC is the only other team that I know that actually ran a offense in the finals. Like they actually did a half-court offense where they actually ran some type of play and Shai hit a mid-range or like that. Or they don't go for threes all the time, you know? They only go for threes when he breaks the defense and shoots it out, you know? But, like, that's the thing, man. So, yeah. I mean, I miss that, you know? So I feel that's what happens with Achilles, man, to be honest with you.
So who would you, if you were to, like, I mean, it's obviously a hot take, but who would you blame for this state of NBA? Would you blame Steph Curry? Would you blame coaches like D'Antoni kind of firing things up quickly?
No, who I would blame, man? I would blame. This is the thing, right? This could have happened back in 2004 when D'Antoni was on he was in his peak with Phoenix Suns, right? In like 03, 04, right? He even came out with, you know, less than 8 seconds, right? Get the ball and shoot in less than 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And so everyone's running that kind of, you know, offense right now where everyone's shooting the ball within 8 seconds or 10 seconds. So who I do blame, I don't blame Steph Curry. I just blame the fact that Cavaliers got injured in that 15 NBA Finals. Because if Kyrie Irving never went out and Kevin Love never got injured in that first round against Boston, where he went out for the year, Cavs were a better team against. They were better than Golden State. If Golden State would never win the NBA Finals, man, this system would never adapt. This would be shut down right away because there is no credibility because remember Charles Barkley always made fun of D'Antoni, right? He's like, well, that offense can't win the championship. Threes cannot win the championship, right? He was always saying that, right? And it was true because D'Antoni's was always a regular season team, right? They always had like a 60 plus wins all the time. But when the playoffs came, third round came, the game got slow and they couldn't win when it mattered, right? I mean, there's also bad luck because players got suspended during a bench brawl and all that stuff, so that happens, right? But D'Antoni never won the NBA Finals, so there was never credibility of shooting threes, and you know D'Antoni works, you know. But since Steph Curry was doing that, but what ended up happening was him winning that NBA Finals, doing that. That's what made people shit. This is you can win like this.
This is a blueprint now.
Yeah, we can win like this. Everyone's like, okay, let's shoot threes. So now, you know, it's always like, okay, whenever a team wins a championship, you want to kind of copy that team to beat that team. Because I still remember back in 2011 when Mark Cuban was asked when season started that what's your expectation on your team for Dallas Mavericks? He's like, oh, we build our team to beat the Lakers. And everyone laughed at him. And what happened? They beat Lakers in 5 that year because Lakers were coming off of NBA Finals, so you always want to, like, you know, do a, like you said, blueprint. Like if that team is doing that, we're gonna do that, you know. So that's what ends up happening, and every team out there is all about 3-point shooting, nothing else. So that's why I feel if Curry never won that championship, man, and Steve Kerr never won that championship, nobody would have believed in this offense. They would have been like, you can't win with this kind of play,
right? Be like what Kobe said about James Harden, like his style of play, because James Harden at the time was also the same thing, just shooting 3-pointers left and right.
You can't win that kind of game.
Kobe always said, like, you'll never win with that style.
Yeah, never.
You know, and
that's what I guess once you do it. But when you put credibility with that, like winning a championship, you could win. And he did it. And Steph Curry did it, right? And he changed the whole dynamic of outlook of how it goes now, right? Everyone shoots threes, right? And that's the thing.
Yeah. You know who I blame? Daryl Morey.
Oh, why? Because of
analytics.
Yeah, dude.
He's Mr. Analytics.
He started that shit.
He's the one that came up. He did, yeah. He started, right?
He started.
And that's why James Harden was chucking 3-pointers left front, because like you have a higher chance of winning and making shots if you shoot more threes than you do twos. And he rode that everywhere where he went, right? And Houston did it forever. Even Philly's doing it now.
But like, but James Harden hasn't won it. But what he said is that the probability of shooting a 3, which is a 30-footer against a 20-foot jumper, is the same probability. It's just that one of them is going to give you one more point. So if it's the same probability of going in, why not take a 3?
Exactly.
And take a.
So that's why every team was like, oh, that's right. Yeah, well, you should just do it. We should just start shooting 3-point left and right.
They chuck threes. That's it. It's like, okay, no. But yeah, man.
I blame him. I blame the analytics, because even though Steph Curry won it, it could have been a one and done thing.
Yeah.
Right. It could have been a one and done thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, because everyone's like, oh, wait, they won it and they beat LeBron James in the finals handedly. We should just do the same thing, because we don't want LeBron to win. We can replicate it. We can just shoot 3-point. We don't need to have a freak of an athlete like LeBron James on our team. we can just have a bunch of shooters and just make sure they just shoot a million times and we'll win.
Exactly.
I blame that. Steph Curry, he makes it look easy, but not everyone's Steph Curry. I always say it. Like, it's so crazy that so many players think they are, but they're not.
They're not.
And they shouldn't think like they are.
Exactly.
You know, like LaMelo Ball should also be driving to the hoop. He's a really bad 3-point shooter, but he's out there just like chucking it nonstop.
Exactly. I agree. Completely.
All right. Well, we will leave it there, though.
Fair,
Good
man.
discussion, man.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week.
Of course.
How many more weeks until NFL starts?
2 more weeks, man.
2 more weeks.
Next year's our 1-year anniversary, man. We started last year, man. It'll be great.
Hell yeah, man. Be awesome. We're going to be celebrating this weekend, too, though. We'll celebrate that as well.
Birthday
All right, Brown Balls, we are out.
Peace.